Good morning, true art believers. This is Pearson here. I gotta be a little bit quiet because if I do, I'm gonna wake up everyone in the room or in everyone up. I'm gonna wake everyone up in the house, so I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna be extra quiet. But without further delay, let's get started. Okay. That was pretty sweet, wasn't it? Got a little sweet little intro that I started. I think it looks pretty good. I don't know. I thought it was a pretty good intro. But what are you gonna do? Anyways, you always mess up those. I always mess up those beginning intros because I kind of like stuttered my words there for a little bit. I guess I guess when I think about it, like the reason why I stutter my words is because if I'm not speaking little like if I'm not speaking loud or louder, then I tend to have a few issues with that. Okay, let's start working on this. Let's see if I can tap into some unknown channel, unknown art world, art channel that I'm normally not in. Some sort of, let's see, what's a good word for it? I don't know. Tap into something. Tap into the inner drawing beast. Tap into the. Can we tap into what kind of things am I tapping into? The inner, like build into like a tap into some sort of drawing zen mode. I don't know. I gotta type in this and start my timer, so I at least have an idea of when I can take an official break. You know, don't know. Ugh. Okay, that was a. It's been a rough start already. We'll make it. We'll make it up. We'll make it up. Like we'll wrap it back in. We'll reel it in. Hmm. That's weird. I'm noticing that my when I use the eyedropper, the color tester, the color tester thing is flickering, like it's going. It's not liking what it's doing. It's not like one. It's not liking what I'm doing. It's like, why is it doing? Why are you doing this? So it's like making a weird. It's like oscillating, like it's being turned on and off really quick. If that makes any sense. It may or may not make sense. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I don't have anything to say. I'm not in the zone by any means. I'm definitely just here. Like I'm existing in this drawing plane right now. This drawing, like just here I am. This is what I'm doing right now. It's kind of probably need to wake up a little bit. That's for sure. And I don't like talking right now. I'm not in the mood to like speak about anything. I think probably because I'm kind of worried that I am actually going to wake up people. And the other part is my mustache is really like just it's going crazy. It's going in my mouth every time I talk. And I'm like, get out of my mouth, mustache. I don't want you in there. You're a prop. And nothing more. So leave me alone. I do notice that something is going on with my mouse. I wonder what's happening here. There you go. That's weird. I am noticing that there's some flickering happening with my mouse. I don't know, like maybe it's always done that, but I don't think so. I don't think it's always been in that. Like, I don't think it's always done that. And so it's kind of annoying me. It's like, why all of a sudden are you deciding that it's okay to, you know, do that? You never did that before, but now you're doing some weird oscillating thing. Or perhaps I'm just really super in tune with it right now and like noticing that, you know, and noticing that it's doing that and when it never did it before, you know, maybe it's just like, hey, this thing's happening now. So that's what I'm noticing is really bugging me. Is like this weird flickering with my mouse or with my it's when you're drawing. When I'm drawing, I'm noticing that kind of it's like oscillating flickering of the mouse where my mouse like pointer is showing. It's like kind of doing a weird flickering thing. I wonder if I should be concerned about that, or if it's like even a, or maybe I'm just being hypersensitive to the screen because it's early in the morning, kind of tired maybe. You're gonna notice the common trend of me always being a level of tired, just like always. Because for the most part, you gotta understand, I'm waking up for like I'm trying to wake up at 4 in the morning, but it usually ends up being like a snooze fest until 4:50. Cause I'm like, I don't want to do this, man. It's it's tough, man. Trying to crank out portraits every morning, like crank out these portraits that you're trying to do, and then you got uh, then you got all this other stuff you got to do in the day. It's like, gosh, man. Someone asked me if I was overwhelmed with them the other day. I'm like, if it was all I was doing, if all my duties in the day were to just draw, I wouldn't be overwhelmed at all. But that's not the case. It's like you got to draw, and then you got to do everything else, you know. And like, I mean, like if my job was strictly to draw as an artist, and I wouldn't be overwhelmed. But unfortunately, um, it's more than that because I can't just draw. I don't. Let's see here. Let's be honest here. I got 3 employers. I work for 3 employers, and so like it's flipping hard sometimes, you know. So it's difficult to do those things, especially if yeah you just yeah it's like it's just really difficult to do them. You know, to wake up and to do the start this drawing like escapade so early in the morning. Come on, man. Like, you know, very few like I have to put on so many darn hats in a day. So and it's just like, oh gosh, man, I need a break. So there's days that are like just tough. I'm not really having a tough morning, but it's just though I do feel like stretched thin sometimes, and it's just one of those things. You gotta deal with it. You gotta keep working through it, pushing through it, and then eventually things are gonna come on. Will will even out, but right now it's just rough. I made the mistake of accepting way too many of these portraits. I should have just accepted 5 uh, and stopped. And then after I finished those 5s, accept another 5 or 4 or whatever, however many, or put them on a wait list or something. But I wasn't thinking, and I wasn't really necessarily blinded by greed because these weren't really like expensive portraits at all. I was worried that the request would stop coming, and so I kept accepting them simply because of that fear. You know, I haven't had that. I've really never been in a situation where requests for drawings were that abundant. So because I've never been in that situation, I was seeking outside advice. Some were saying to keep taking them in, just in case they don't, just in case they stop. Some started saying, you know, you're getting a lot. You might need to think about tapering it down. And you know, I was like, you know, I am getting a lot. I am getting overwhelmed. And I've been working really hard on them, and for like, you see me drawing on the same picture for the past 2 weeks. It's not because I want to. So it's kind of I have to because I got because there's another drawing just like this right after it, and then there's another one right after it. You know, so probably not going to do this again. Like I'm going to have to increase the price rate. I'm going to increase the price rate ever so subtly, but I'm only going to accept 4 because I know I'm only going to accept 4, and I'm only going to accept someone that's only going to take request 1 drawing. But I'm going to be doing these till the end of the year. I have commissions till the end of the year. Good, bad thing, you know. It's like it's a good, bad problem to have. It's a good problem is like I got work. It's a bad problem is I probably was underselling myself by a lot. I already know I was underselling myself. But at the time when I started doing these portraits, I had no library of portraits to show that, hey, this is what I can do. This is what I had to offer to a customer. This is the type of portrait you'll get, you know. So I didn't have anything to kind of show to a customer and say, hey, you know, it's just I want you to know this is what I can provide to you if you hire me to do a portrait. This is what it's going to look like, you know. You live and you learn, dude. I know it seems like weird that I'm learning it this late in the game. But as I said, like I would sell artwork, but I would never have a line of commissions just like, hey, hey, hey. You know, I would never have that. You know, I never had that request rate. So that was very, very foreign to me to have that type of thing happen. And so I just kept taking them in, you know, just taking them in, and then pretty soon after, like I said, well, you know, I have like 40 of these. I probably should stop. And so I did. I said, I'm not taking any more in, guys. I can't. This is because I could have. I was every time I was posting one, I was getting like another like bout of requests, and so that's when I stopped. I was like, this is too much. Just can't do it. Can't do it, guys. You guys are wonderful, but these are a little too much here. Yeah, these are getting much. So I'm very appreciative of the work, but it doesn't make it any less stressful, any less hard. You know, they're time consuming. As you can see, I've been working on the same one for the last week and a half, 2 weeks. And, you know, and if I was able to work on them full time each day, every day, you know, it might be a different story, yeah. Where, Like if I was able to work on them full time for like 8 hours a day, if I had 8 hours a day to just work on these drawings, I could do it. But I'm just now sacrificing some other things in the morning so that I can actually squeeze in another hour. You know, just squeeze in another hour and we'll be good. But it's rough, man. Like the quintessential like starving artist here, just like I'm not really complaining. I don't know. I'm not really upset about it, you know. I just wish I could do them faster. And if I'd be a little bit more happy with myself. I was able to crank these out faster, but also since kind of like every artist is kind of OCD, uh, you know. But I wish I could crank them out a little bit quicker, and that would make me feel a little bit more happy with the situation. You know, but what are you gonna do? You know, you can only do so much, and you can't be too upset. I think I've gotten to the point where like I'm not. I can only be. I'm done being upset. You know, and as I said, it's like a really good thing, but it's also a bad thing. You know, which I cannot explain. It's like how can you say is it? How can it be a bad thing? Well, you know, the bad part is you're kind of like beholden to getting these done, and it's a struggle, man. They're not a 10-minute sketch, man. It's a lot of work. Oh, and I'm gonna be honest. I think I've had some stomach issues. If you want to know about that, so like I don't know if that's good. Always feel like those details are too powerful. Like I don't even think that I can see that. So maybe if I do something like where's all that brush? There we go. I'm just trying to see where I see small little hairs. I think I only see like a couple, like one or two here. Yeah. So I think that's it for that. Those eyelashes on this one. The eye. Let's do a little study here. Let's do something really quick. See what it looks like. We eh, don't like it. I got to think about how much detail I want to add to the eyebrows. You know, because people will like I might just add a few things here and there, but I don't want to be too over the top. Yep. Now let's go back to the eye. I just wanted to work on the eyelashes a little bit so I have an idea. Why'd you do that? So I have an idea what you kind of look like from afar. You know, just kind of put them there. His eyes are not round. Oops. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I wonder what I'm gonna have for breakfast. I don't know if I'm gonna have breakfast. So I think this might be I might work on the eye for a few more minutes and I might be done. I don't know. And I try to go down to the nose or something. Just gotta do some final touches. Just push the contrast around here, I guess. I really don't know. I just think it needs to be darker there. You know, a lot darker. Sometimes with computers, man, it's hard to see. Maybe I need to get like a, a computer with like a no glare at all, like a no glare computer screen. I mean, not a computer, but the screen. Because I feel like I can't see what's being drawn sometimes. Or it's so subtle I just can't tell at all. You know? I always, I just want there to be like, maybe if I were to do like a muted blue. Oops. See, hopefully it doesn't start doing that again because that was really annoying. Like a muted blue and maybe like a red or pink or something. Nah, we're getting too fancy. I think those eyes look fine. Time to move on. Well, actually, no. Let's do some more of the cool, like high contrast areas like I did on the other one. Like overemphasize some of the like the folds. Whoa, why aren't you straightening out? There we go. Like overemphasize the highlights and then like push the creases, if that makes any sense. They're not wrinkles, but kind of exaggerate them a bit. Yeah. just do a little bit of exaggeration on these areas. That's some of the stuff I've seen some other artists do, and I thought that's kind of cool looking. Like I know it doesn't look like that. That's not there, but I think it's a neat effect, and I'm gonna try to not try. I'm not gonna. Well, yes, I'm gonna try. I'm probably doing some completely different, better way. You know. I wish they could you could set it up so like the brush puck and the so like the brush and what would you call it? Color puck were like connected. Gosh, you know, were connected or something. So I think maybe there's a little do something like this and see what happens. It's too orange, you know. I'm not emphasizing this eyelid shadow enough, I guess. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I don't know. I do feel like when I go from really far away that eyelid that's right here that's highlighted just feels like it's way too powerful. It needs to be toned down. Maybe maybe I only emphasize a little bit of it, but doesn't need to be like that vivid in some areas. Like give it a little bit here, maybe a little fleck of light here, but not the entire thing. The same goes to above the eye. Take a little quick like swab of that and kind of mute, tone it down with that so it's not so vivid. And we'll, again, we'll highlight like a little bit of it. And I probably should be moving towards the moving towards working on his upper eye is much darker than I'm. Much darker. I just haven't been really accounting for that. And I've just been kind of trying to, I think, maybe exaggerate the tones more than I should. And unfortunately, it's got to be darker. We're just going to have to do it. I don't want to. We're just going to go all in, make it darker. And that way, these will make a little bit more sense, I guess. Add in this kind of dark outline will make more sense. I don't know. I don't have the answers. Just kind of winging it. Trying to make it work as I go along. Just try to make it work. And just keep working on it. That's one of the big things that a lot of beginner artists or artists in general, well, I don't know, maybe beginner artists, professional artists don't have that problem because they're just like, let's just do this, get it over with. But beginner artists, I guess they have a misconception of how long things can take. You know, sometimes drawings can take a while to do. I've been blessed and cursed with having to do paintings that's taken me a year to paint. You know, so it's given me a lot of painting stamina, I guess. So because of that, I've been able to. That's a little bit better, even though it looks like a game like a black eye, but it feels a little bit more natural because it's darker. It may not be the right tones, and it's a little soft for my liking. But it is what it is, you know. I really do wish I could pump these out quicker. I do. I wish. Like maybe I'm doing actions that aren't necessary. Like I'm not entirely sure that all this is necessary. At least I feel it's necessary right now. You know, if any of that makes any sense, right? If any of it makes any sense, it's I feel it's necessary right now. I think it looks pretty good. I don't know. Yeah. Zoom out real quick and see if we can call it a a day with the eyes. Maybe. I mean, I think it's about right, you know. I think that might be it. We might be done. We'll play with it for a few more minutes. I keep saying that. Let's play with it for a few more minutes. Let's see what happens. That's another problem. Like we can keep fiddling around with it. That's way too fine. So I'm struggling with this dude because I was doing like these exaggerated colors um with my dog drawings and and with some kernel of success. And now that I'm trying to do it the same type of method on humans, on guys, it's not working as well because I think it's just coming off like I'm putting makeup on them. And I can't have that. Nope, 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 nope. So that's what I'm trying to do, but I have to avoid it because it's coming off all wrong. Yeah, it's just coming off as like I'm putting on makeup on and that's not my intention. Not trying to put like fake makeup on people. Like I think the effect is not it's lost when I would do it on a male as opposed to a female. It looks too like fairy tale-ish, sparkly. So that's why I'm not. It's all right. Okay. So I notice I could do something right here. So I'm always the problem is with this type of drawing, man, you can always make it a little bit different, make it a little bit better, you know, like that. I wanted to add a highlight on the top of his add a highlight here because I think it needs it. Just a little bit. Not too dark, not too bright, just a little taste, little bitty taste of highlight. Just a little bit here and there. Yeah, this those little flecks of highlights there is helping. Now, how much time do I have? 13. I don't know. What do you think I should do? Probably should work on the nose now. Do a little bit on the nose, and then the lips, and then I'll probably maybe I do the nose and lip. The let's do the same to the female, the woman, and we'll see where we're at. So I'll make another layer for the nose rename it nose. And we'll work on the nose. Yeah, let's work on the nose. That way, I can say that I'm moving the face in a direction that I want it to move. You know, I'm not too sure that the nose needs a lot of work to it. Probably just needs to darken up some things a little bit. You know, just darken things up. You know, maybe add a little bit more contrast in certain areas. Nothing too fancy, I presume, the way it looks right now. I don't think that's blended well, but it's okay. Maybe maybe play around with the same type of mentality that I had, the strategy I had with the eyes, is overemphasize some of those highlights, you know, to really expand that contrast that I'm looking for. That might be what I need to be doing. I don't know. I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong, but I could be really right at the same time. I feel like this area is much more red than I'm giving it credit. So I exaggerated it on purpose. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to be jumping around, jumping around the face, not on the face, but jumping around on the top of the nose, um, the bottom of the nose, basically just adding highlights in areas that I think need to be added, like like over apply the highlights. Like I might not need to do much. I don't know. It's all it's all kind of fair game at the moment. Right? So I'm just kind of playing around with that. We'll see. Let's see what happens. We're just kind of playing around again. We're in a different area. Trying to feel out what's a good amount of like detail that I need to be putting into it, and what's too much, too little. You know, is this too much? Is this too little? What? And so forth. That's like the game. The thing that I'm messing around with the most is playing around with these forms. And the thing is, you also don't know until you zoom out. Sometimes I have to zoom out a little bit and see if I'm on the right track, because you don't know what these. I need to do that more often. You don't know what these forms, what these things, these marks you're making look like from the vantage point that you're drawing them. You know, it's kind of hard to understand how they look when you're dealing drawing them so close, so zoomed in. You know. feel like I see like these two white little lines there. They're kind of there. And then I feel like there's this one spot on the top of the nose right here that's just the brightest of the bright. And I think that so I'm just exaggerating that highlight because it's not that bright. It's not. It's very. It's quite dark actually, but I think it's necessary for it to be there to kind of push that nostril forward more. Just like right here is not that bright, or maybe it is. I don't know. And maybe it is. Maybe it is that bright. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I was not doing a good job at the beginning. Same right here. Just up the contrast of these areas a little bit and seeing what happens and seeing if that's where they need to be. Because I do feel though, I don't know. I don't know what I feel. I feel nothing. Oh gosh. Tell you what, my neck's kind of stiff though. That's true. I might only need to work on the nose ever so subtly. I think what might be the trick with the nose is adding like some skin, like some pores, you know, some like pore textures, and then let the contour like the yeah, maybe it's just small things. Definitely don't want to spend more than 30 minutes on it, you know. Definitely don't want to spend more than 30 minutes. Like let's see here. It's gonna spend about I got 4 minutes out of this, but I started working on the nose at 17 minutes, so maybe halfway between the next drawing session or drawing timer that I have set is when I'll stop it. You know, I don't know. I just don't know. The thing is, though, it's good not to have those answers, but it's also terrifying at the same time. It's just like, gosh, I want the comfort in knowing when I can, when do I move forward, and that just comes with practice, I guess. But I've been doing this for a long time, and now I'm a lot more lost than ever. It's like I've been drawing forever, but like when you get digital drawing into it, you know, when you start doing digital drawings, it's like, what is going on here? It's just too much. Too much like options for me. I can backtrack so much. I can add a layer, and if I don't like it, delete it. But like in charcoal drawings, you make a mistake, you can erase it, but it's gonna still be there. You can still see like the history of the drawing. But here, you can just remove it all completely, and I'm like, gosh, I don't know. It adds a level of level of control that I'm not used to, and because of that, I'm super indecisive about where these drawings need to be. So I'm trying to play around with the nose and see if it needs to be dialed back a little bit. So I'm just color testing from the source and seeing if that's what I need to do to kind of dial it back, because I don't know if that nostril is that dark. The right ones, kind of, and I tend to over exaggerate the tones a little bit. So I'm trying to. I don't know what I'm doing. Again, just fiddling with it until it gets to an area that it's like this looks kind of right. You know, I think like right now this looks a little bit better than before, because before was a little too dark, and this feels a little bit more natural. And I'm also trying to keep some of the things that I did in the previous area, previous drawing, previous underdrawing, which is had this orange highlight here. I must have had a reason to do that. I mean, I had a reason for it, and so I'm going to keep it there. You know, I'm going to keep it there because it has to be there. Oh, well, it doesn't have to be there, but I'm going to keep it there because I feel that at the time I was drawing, that was a plausible strategy, and that's probably it probably had some reason or some validity to it. So I want to keep that there because I think it's a good spot. It's a it's a safe area for it to be in. All in all, though, I think the nose looks a little soft, but it might be good. It's starting to it's starting to be there, like in a spot that I think is good. Like it looks like the nose. I'm emphasizing certain spots that I'm hitting certain visual notes. I think that's good. So that's what I think. But maybe there we go. So I'm just trying really hard to kind of hit certain areas with flecks of color and highlights and lowlights, and trying to let some of those subtle the blurriness of the nose in certain areas kind of take hold. Just kind of let that be there. And let them be, exist. let them do their thing, and then and hope that your actions, your drawing actions, kind of work cohesively. So all in all, it's moving along. It just takes time. Yeah, so that's not too bad. I'm learning something. I think I really just need to. I probably made that a little bit too red on the left side there, and I probably overemphasized the bridge of the nose some. But that's fine. I can't, I can't dwell on everything, on every little minutia of the drawing. I just kind of have to make a few choices, and at this point, I think the choices are working more or less. Like I think they're all doing their due diligence, right? The some of the drawing actions that I'm making here are they're not making the drawing worse. They're improving it, and that's all I can ask for. With regards to the drawing. And so I'm just trying to propel the image forward every little bit. I think. I think I'm doing. I think I'm doing the right right thing. I don't know. So maybe it might be time for me to add a little highlight here on this bridge here, and some right here. Maybe it might be time to move forward. I don't know. I think so. And start going a little bit like I'll work on the nose a little bit more, but what I'm going to be working on now is kind of like underneath the nose and start migrating towards the mouth. I think that's what I'll do. Yeah. So that way I'm going downward. So that's what I'm gonna do. Sort of like moving faster. We're kind of cascading down in the areas that need to be that I wanted to work on for the day. And if I can get the dude's main features details done, then that means I can work on the woman, the guy, the girls, the female, right? If I could get to the like the eyes, the nose, and the mouth done, then I can work on the eyes, the nose, and the mouth of the female. Then I think what I'll do next would be the skin textures, and then the hair and the background. I think that's where it's all leading up to. The mouth needs a lot of work. It's been kind of neglected. It really has been. Like, not totally neglected, but it definitely has been like I haven't really been working on it as much. So there's huh. Well, that sucks. Let's go see the layers here. See if I can. Uh, that's why. I thought the beard would be safe, but it's not. Oh well. Like I thought it would be. I thought I had like the beard on a different layer, like the the under layer of the beard, and it's merged, so that's going to cause problems. That means I'm going to have to. Well, it just means it's going to take more time. Oh, lo and behold, always something silly. The one thing I like the caveat with like this is I always it just seems like a weird the airbrush is always too soft, softer than I want it to be. Gosh, it's gonna be a long day. Oh wow, it's gonna be a long day. I just realized this. It's gonna be a long day, and that's terrifying. Just knowing how much I have to do today, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta do all this stuff. Like, what is it? Let's break it down here. What do I gotta do today? Well, after this, I gotta, if I have time, I gotta edit a video. I've been trying to edit videos. They're not working out too well, but we're giving it a good old college try. For one thing, I think I'm giving out too, like, it's too much information, and I don't think tutorials, like art tutorials, are that in depth. I've been trying to do art tutorials online. They're too they're geared towards classes, so they're too specific for like assignments. So they're really specialized. So I got to edit these videos, and then I got to go to class. See how that. Well, I got to plan the class too, so I got to sit down and kind of write what needs to be done in class for the day. We'll see. They're not going to get a fully edited video, so I'm going to have them watch a raw video with no audio. It's just going to be, or no like guidance. It's just going to be, they're just going to be observant. I'm not going to explain it because Zoom meetings, you don't want to, you can't really explain it in Zoom meetings. Well, the meetings. Okay, let's see what I'm trying to explain here. How can I say this? I can't show a video in real time with them because the audio gets all jumbled. And so because of that, I can't show them my video and kind of break down what I'm doing. Or maybe I could. We try that out. But I'm going to tell them that I'm going to edit the video in the future real soon so that they can have it as a reference. But they just won't have the edited video at that time, because they take a long time to do. And I think doing two to three edited videos a week with my schedule is darn right astounding. I got 3 employers, man, and I'm drawing in the morning, and I'm doing all kinds of things for other artists, and I'm doing this artist interview series, and that's a lot of work because I got to get information from the artists. Like I got to get them to send me their bios, and I got to make a little newsletter telling everyone, hey, check this out. I'm having an interview. I like them, getting to know other artists. It's kind of nice. It's kind of a nice little thing to kind of do, but it doesn't have its inherent challenges. I'm trying my best, so just trying my best. I don't like what I'm doing with this right now, but yeah, I don't like it. Maybe it's probably pretty correct. Like not correct, but it's probably not going in the right direction, but it's making me really uncomfortable. Like underneath his lip, his nose, those colors. There's just not a lot going on there. You know. Yeah, so it's probably there's probably some merit to what I'm doing. I just don't like it. If that makes any sense. Yeah, it's making me uncomfortable, which is probably a good thing. Which probably means it's like probably means that's where it needs to be going, like the drawing. So because the I flattened the underpainting or the underdrawing of the beard, it's I'm going over it, these lines, and I don't mean to go over it, so I gotta kind of fill them in as I go. And it's gonna happen. I'm gonna do that again, but I didn't expect that to happen. Yeah, I just need to work on this. Fiddle around with it some more. It's just a challenge to kind of move it around and juggle these tones and see what happens. I wish I had like a ooh, when I go back and get out of there. When I look at it from here, I'm on the computer screen. Well, I mean, I'm on the computer screen, but on the internet window showing the live stream, and and I can see the lip in a bird's eye view, and I'm like, ooh, that's gross. Ew. It's a little gross. Let's zoom out and see what happens. Yeah, it's a little gross. Perhaps that's what it needs to be, though. Like kind of a little bit un un a little bit a little bit off, you know? Maybe that's what it needs to be. Maybe that's where it needs to be visually, that like that's where the drawing needs to be. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Just I don't know. I don't have anything to say about it at the moment because it's going to take maybe something I know to be inherently true is I'm like, just ignoring, but I'm ignoring it. Like this might need to be darker or grayer is when I take a little color. So I keep going over this area because it needs to be more muted than am willing at the time at this moment to kind of give the color or the tones. Like I don't want it to be that like gray, but I might have to have that there so that the surrounding areas feel a little bit more vivid. Maybe that might be what I have to do. I don't know. We're gonna see. So just add a little bit of some touches here and there. I'm gonna do a color swap, and then we're going to add some just little highlights on this here and see what it looks like from afar in a second. That might be what I needed to do. I don't know. See, it doesn't look that bad. It feels. It doesn't look great. It's not bad, but it's not great either. I got it. Perhaps it's because it feels so odd, like foreign to me, that there's so many things, subtle things occurring there. And it's throwing me off a little bit. It's throwing me off, though. That's that's part of why I'm probably feeling it's feeling awkward to me. Gosh, I tell you, just just this is a lot of work. Oh man, I need a break. I need a break just from doing these. Or I'll just get more excited when I start a new one. I will. I will be more excited, enthused, because usually by the end of near the end of these drawings, the life of these drawings, I'm like, when they're getting really close, my patience starts to wear thin. I'm like, ah, oh, gosh, just be done drawing. Be done. Just leave me alone. I want to be done with you. I've already worked on you so long. Our relationship's over. Sorry, we've just been together too long, and it's not you drawing, it's me. I just I find you boring drawing, you know? Because like at this point, I'm like, at first it was exciting. We were getting to know each other, but it's it's no longer exciting. The spark is gone. Drawing. Just I've just grown as an individual, and I think it's time for me and you to break up. That's how that's like the cycle of my drawings, the life of my drawings. Like it's time for us to kind of start seeing new people, get a divorce, maybe drawing, right? We've just been together so long, and there's nothing that you can give to me anymore. You're boring. You're a boring drawing. Like I've explored every nook and cranny of you drawing. This is getting weird. Ugh, this is getting really weird. It's so stupid. What am I talking about? Oh my gosh. All right, it's okay. I'm getting a little too micro with it. I think maybe what I need to do now is oh, wake up. Wake up. I need to drink more coffee. Let's zoom out. Do a little zoom out real quick. Now we're gonna move forward. We're gonna move forward and start with the well, first off, we're gonna kind of add back some of the lost hair underneath here that I kind of went over, and then we're gonna go towards the lips a little bit more. Start working on those lips. Make another layer. Name them lips for lips. We're gonna name the lips for lips. So we're just gonna kind of go through them and see what happens. Alrighty. So normally what I might tend to do with lips is there's this thing that I saw. It was an interesting like technique, but I'm not gonna do that yet. I'm just gonna do the tones, and then I'm gonna use that technique a little bit. I'm gonna use it mostly on the female, the woman, because it works better. Like it looks better. But I'm gonna use it kind of sparingly on the guy because otherwise it's gonna look like I added like I bedazzled his lips, and that's not my intent for the dude. Like I'm gonna use it for adding the subtle highlights, but not really anything else. You know, I don't really want to do much with regard to. So I don't know if I should do that cat shadow. Maybe I should. Stop it. Stop it. Go away. I did not plan that to happen, so I thought I could darken that back tooth there with doing very little, but apparently that's not the case. That is not the case. I thought I could get away with something, but I couldn't. I just can't. So we're just going to work on the lips. Yeah, work on those lips. Oh, we're making pretty good time, actually. We're not, if I can, yeah, we're making some good time. I think we're doing good. Like I might be able to get to working on one of the eyes on the lady if I'm lucky. I think that'll be pretty good. Like time, making pretty good time with that. So if I can get to that point, I think that'll be pretty sweet. So I'm not, unfortunately for me in my stubbornness, I haven't been looking at the dude's lips. I've been just been, the reason why is you want to you want to keep a likeness, but you also want to make your own spin on it. Because if I were to copy just from the photo, which is it's a good quality photo, but it's not great. Like I can't. If you look at the lips here, it's there's not a lot going on as far as like variety of tone. So I got to make that up a little bit. So I got to make that up and work with it. You know, so that's what I'm doing is kind of fiddling around and going with what I feel looks like the photo, honoring the photo a bit, but also making the colors work or making, yeah, so it's looking pretty good. The nose, the eyes are okay. And once I add do the lips and then go to the woman and do the same type of strategy, I think we're going to be on the right track. And then the next stage will be like adding the skin textures, and then after that we'll be adding the working with the hair and the eyebrows. You know, that's going to be like the final touches on the figure, and then I got to work on the background. Still quite a bit of work ahead of me, but we're doing pretty good for today, I think. If all else goes, I think I'll be done by Wednesday, hopefully, if I'm able to keep up the pace, or if I don't miss a day, you know. That's happened before. I've had like, you know, just had like I've missed a day or two sometimes. It happens. You know, so that's happened before. Okay. I think I know what I'm doing. So we got to make up this a little bit. I don't know if people like that. Some people don't like doing that. They think I'm making their lips all like crackly. But I remember seeing an artist do that type of method, and I thought it was a pretty unique method where you kind of exaggerate the seams of the lips a little bit, and that's something I think I'm going to pursue in this one. Just maybe not as in depth as like last time. The last time I spent a lot of time on it, but I have two pairs to work with, and who knows? We'll see. If we have enough, if we're making good time, we might do that. I don't know. I never know. Whoops. Will you lay off me, will ya? Just got to keep working. I might speed up a little bit. I'm trying to speed up some and really just let the lips kind of go with the flow. Exaggerate the color there. Yeah, we're gonna do something like that. The customer might not like it, but they also, you know, if they tell me to correct it, I'll be like, listen, I'm sorry, I've already spent way more time than you think I've spent on it, and I've documented it, and I just can't, you know. So that's what it is. Although right now it doesn't feel that organic. It feels like I made them too equidistant. I need to add some uh, some random ones kind of in there, ever so subtly. Oh, I did it again. Okay, I did it again. Guess what I did? I drew on this picture layer. I did it again. I always do this. I wish I could say, hey, this never happens, but it happens like 800 times a day. Now, let's go here to lips and paste. And perhaps it's a good thing that I haven't separated. I don't know. But I can't believe it, you know? I'm just trying to see if there's any anything left there. Okay, we're back to it again. It's so funny. I always do that. Maybe what I can do, since this is the bottom layer, we can do a like really quick we're gonna add the highlight back, but right now I think it needs like a this like a exaggeration. Like that's what I think it needs. Again, I'm not drawing from the photo anymore. I'm kind of I need to add my own spin on it at this point to kind of propel the image forward, and that way because you want the area like the eyes, like those areas where I added more sheen. That was something I never done before, or I started doing in my last portrait I did, and I thought it was pretty effective in creating more depth. And that's just something that's like a trend I saw other artists doing, and maybe they have like a specific brush that actually does it better. I think they probably do, or they're doing some sort of layer effect that I don't know about. That kind of it's just a I don't know. Maybe they're doing a layer effect I don't know about, but it's getting there. How's everyone doing this morning? Okay, we're gonna go to this layer now. Now we're going to ugh, ugh, got a little my ear was tickling. Yep, ear was tickling. Getting somewhere, I think. It's hard to tell when you're so micro, like like when you're doing such a small area. It's hard to tell if you're making the right decisions. Because right now, all I'm doing is working on the lips and just trying to make things pan out. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I'm losing track, but it's okay. At least I think it's okay. Because it's kind of progressing forward. It's just not in the direction I thought I was going to progress forward, maybe. And we zoomed out. It doesn't look too bad for partially done lips. And then once I finish the lips, I got to work around the underneath around the lips so that everything kind of pans out. So now what I'm doing is I'm pulling some of the color from the the guy here and using it as some of the source material, some of the source color, so it kind of evens out a little bit, you know? Just placing it in the areas that were around the lips area, around the lip area here. I'm not thinking straight right now. I think one of the things that drawing live is you're forced to almost have to explain every move, right? And unfortunately, sometimes you don't have the answers. You're like, why are you doing this? Like, this feels right. Sometimes there's like a level of instinct where you're just this felt like the right course of action to go with this drawing. Although he does look like he has chapped lips. I could soften it up a bit. I might need to soften it up a bit. Like, uh, I've been, I need some blister. I need some chapstick. it's, it's so dry. Now that I look from afar, they look kind of dry. We can we can tone it down a little bit, just a little, you know. Just take some of the surrounding colors and kind of airbrush on top a little bit. I just I've been licking my lips all day long. They're so dry. You ever lick your lips so much that they crack? I, I've had that problem. So we can just maybe go on top of these areas a little bit, just like a little airbrush on top to kind of soften up these lines a little bit because they're getting to be a little bit much. At least I think they are. And I'll zoom out real quick. This kind of see that's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. It's kind of they kind of feel like the lips that are there. Don't you think? Now, let's do something here. Let's try something. Go really, really micro and do a little some lines here. I know that if I do too much, that could end up backfiring again. But you got to try it out. You know, you got to do a little bit of experimentation each time. You know, some people don't do this. Like, if I wasn't open-minded with my artwork, especially with digital artwork, because it's so new, I wouldn't have grown. Like, it'd be kind of stagnant. I think what I'm gonna try now is I'm gonna try this. Go new layer. I forgot. Was it Glow that I did? I don't know. What about screen? Lighten. Screen. We're gonna go linear dodge. Maybe some linear dodge. It looks like it's gonna lighten it up a little bit. What if I go straight to glow on that? Ooh, that's a little intense. I might do the linear dodge for the guy so that there can be a little bit of highlights, but not too much. And I was gonna do like I might do I like to do the glow for the lady a little bit. I think that might be the way to go about it. So that can because they got that glossy lips. She's got that really intense red. And I think it'll be really good to kind of mess around with that. Now we're going to try for the highlights, like this area. We might try a glow or a soft glow. What does a glow look like? Is that more vivid? Or a... I think the glow is a little bit more tame. Yeah, the glow is more tame. We're going to erase that one. We're going to take that and just saturate it. And then we're going to do ever so subtly. Add that highlight. I'm trying to do this method a little bit and see how it works out. I don't know if this was the... Maybe we, what if we do white? Like a white, what would that look like? There we go. It's a little trick that I learned using like glow and using some of those layer effects. Maybe put like one right here. You know, maybe. So a little bit sparser with the guy, you know, but it's there. So we zoom out. It's still a little crackly. Like we'll have to tone it down a little bit more, maybe. But it looks kind of cool. Like some people like those that weird what would you call it? Like that crackling effect. I think some like that's a thing that's really popular right now, but I don't know if people that are getting their portraits done want their lips to look like that. They like seeing maybe if it was like a solo lip. So we're gonna soften it up again. Soften it all up again. Yeah. So it's getting there. So I'm looking at it on the internet screen, on the internet window. And I think it looks okay. I think I might leave it like that right now. Like the lips. We'll see. Let's go back to it. I still got about... I might get 3 hours in. Ooh, wow. 3 hours of drawing, dude? You kidding me? I'm getting spoiled with this drawing. A 3 hour long live stream of me drawing? What the heck is going on here? When's this ever happened? Yeah, I think the lips look fine. There's this area on the back, though, that they kind of fade away. And maybe I can even stand to make this area a little darker. You know, maybe under here could be a little bit darker. Maybe under here could be darker. What if I were to do like, is there like a multiply? You can use a multiply to darken some. Yeah, we're gonna do some multiply here. So I tend to do, this is something I've been trying to do a little bit more, is a little more some just layer effects near the end, you know, because it tends to help a little bit. Yeah, so some multiply to add a little bit of darkness without actually adding like direct dark tones. There we go, look at that, that looks pretty. Just the small little things. There we go. Let's zoom out. I think that's fine. We'll deal with that if the customer doesn't like it. Although it looks kind of weird, looks kind of scaly. It's not scaly, but it could definitely be softer. Let's go back to the main layer again and soften this up with a little airbrush, soften it up. I think that's it. Yeah, that's okay. We're not going to keep doing that now because we really need to work around the lips and kind of add some stuff that needs to be addressed. You know, we need to add those things, so we'll get to that. We'll make another layer. The lips and yeah, the lips and the eyes, depending on how I work with them, have the most layers on them because they usually have the most effects, like layer effects that are going into them. And that's just something that kind of I wasn't taught, but I kind of found. I learned through not trial and error, but I looked up some stuff and I found some things that really helped. At least that thought helped with it. So that's what I been trying to do with them. Down here is very, it's much darker than I'm giving credit. So I'm going to kind of darken up a little bit more. There's something about like these contour lines, even though they're the top layer, for some odd reason, it feels like every time the lines where the contour lines that I've drawn and the color meet, there's like an area, like a little like a small amount of pixel area that they're not making contact, which is weird. And I don't know why it's doing that. I can't do anything about it. You know, I just can't. I'm gonna add that color there. Add some color right there because I want to, and you can't stop me. Add a little bit of color there, a little bit of color there, some color there, some color here. Why not? Some more color, some right there. Why not? And now let's go. Let's lean back for a second. All right. Whoa. Did not do that on purpose. Yeah, just kind of outlining underneath the mustache to create this like illusion of cast shadows. I just feel that that might be something I need to do. Maybe it's wrong, maybe it's not. Who knows? It just feels like something I need to do, you know? And then this whole area, like this is like, and then there's just a highlight here. Maybe darken this right here, this little area right here, darken that. Maybe darken this a little. No, we'll leave that there. We'll copy that tone and we'll darken right here. This could be darker underneath this area, a little bit darker than that. Maybe not that dark, but maybe that dark, but needs a little bit more transitional tone. Who knows? Who knows, man? You gotta keep fiddling with it. Maybe put some of this right here. And now we can put that, I can highlight that a little bit. It can't be super highlighted, it's just a little bit. Maybe a little bit brighter than that. So we can actually see the highlight. And I think there can be a little bit more transitional tone happening right here. Like color at least. I'm gonna do some wacky. Where's that layer? Is it, okay, it's right there. I'm gonna move it underneath that layer. Oops. Not there. I'm gonna move it underneath the lips. So that any of these tones I don't paint over. So that's why I'm doing that. I think that looks okay. Maybe I can stand to highlight this a little bit, make it a little bit more contrasty. Maybe I could highlight here a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more darker right here. Maybe that could be a little bit brighter there. Maybe right here could stand to be brighter. Maybe right here could be a little bit brighter. Just a little higher in tone. All right, now let's go to the bottom a little bit and see what happens. Let's kind of work on the bottom. Actually, we're going to work on this side of the face. Of the face. Of the bottom of the lips here. we're getting somewhere. Slowly. I keep saying that. I keep saying, like, finally we're getting somewhere. Finally I'm making some progress. No, this takes a little while for all the like things from the previous layers kind of slowly grow to fruition. Like all those layers have built up to this, you know, essentially. And so that's why all this stuff's kind of occurring now. Because we've got that slow buildup of tones and colors that just now kind of start coming into the light because of all the previous layers above have allowed for like these subtle things to kind of start showing. At least I think that's the case. I could be wrong. You know? I'm wrong like 100% of the time. So, weigh it out. Is he right or is he wrong? I don't know. I decided to use a little bit of hatching on this area. Don't know why. This feels right. Just feels like something I should do. You know? I don't know. Like sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. These headphones are digging into my ears and they're making me very uncomfortable. Like they hurt. Like they hurt. Oh my gosh. Hungry. I'm hungry. So I'm just gonna fiddle around with it for it's gonna fiddle around with it. That's what I'm gonna do. And then we're gonna start the Pomodoro again. I think I was almost this bottom area is almost done. Or at least done to the extent that I want it to be. So I'm exaggerating the bottom for although it feels kind of off, but that's fine. Like I think I'm exaggerating a little bit too much to some extent. Maybe I need to dial it back. I don't know. Bring it back some. We'll see. Maybe I can do a little bit there. And so what I tend to do is I'll like what I can do to kind of bring it back into the to the drawings, like until bring it back so that it feels consistent with the rest of the drawings. Sometimes I grab the colors from the actual image, so it kind of, because the colors from the actual image is more neutral, like more muted. And doing so is kind of helps return it to its what it looks like from its core, I guess. I don't know. That's just something I feel that is part of it. Yeah, so that's what's happening here. Yeah, I think that might be it a little bit. It's exaggerated, but that's fine. I think it's a little dark on that bottom side there. Maybe it could stand to be lightened up a little bit. Maybe this could stand to have a little bit more color. Maybe the same right here. You know, just subtle things that, is it necessary? So I got to restart the whole interval thing, which means I'm at 2 hours and 14 minutes. Oh my gosh. No, I'm not going to get 3 hours in. I'm going to get close. It's about 7:24. Stretch. Oh my gosh. Need a break. I really do think 3 hours is probably my limit at the moment. I could do 4, but it's starting to slow down. I'm starting to feel like my feet kind of dragging, metaphorical, not like symbolical feet. I'm starting to feel like they're just kind of slouching down, but I also feel like I'm invigorated a little bit, like I got some momentum. So I'm feeling pumped, but also exhausted at the same time. If that makes any sense. So eventually what I'm gonna do is when I go and work on the beard one last time, is I'm gonna go over these colors. These colors that you see here are gonna probably be about 85% covered up. But they're gonna be there in spirit. But I'm putting those there just in case I don't cover all of it up. Because I think if I don't cover it all up, then it's gonna add another layer of intricacy to the drawing. You know. There we go. Yeah, we're getting there. It's what layer was that? Was it this one? Okay. Now, this is the point where everything gets kind of lost. That's not good. Because I'm not labeling my layers anymore, which is problematic. Yeah. Problematic, I would say. It's a little bit problematic. just doing something I feel is necessary at the moment before I move over to a lady. Yeah, that's what I feel that is necessary. Because I'm going to go over the hair area a little bit. But yeah, let's zoom out real quick. Yeah, I think that's good. Let's go save it right quick while I drink a sip of coffee, and then we're going to go to the we're going to work on the eyes of the woman. We're going to work on the eyes of the woman, and then I'm just gonna leave the teeth alone on the guy. I was gonna work on them. I worked on them a little bit, and it's probably best that I didn't work much more on them. So let's do upside down twist. That looks pretty good upside down. Whoop. Whoa. There you go. Let's move on. So once we're done, once we've done the guy. The guy is at the second stage. I might just label I might just label the rename group as final details guy, and do another one for the girl, the the lady woman, right? Um, Simply because it's going to get really confusing for me. So I do that. Yeah. It does that every time you do a new layer or group, it does that. I don't know why. Okay. Eyes girl. Okay. I put eyes girl, or but it's actually spelled wrong, so it's eyes grill. I'm not going to change it. I know what I'm talking about. I know who I'm referring to. So that's all that matters. I know what that layer entails. Okay, time to go to the eye. Get those final details in. This one's actually pretty good already. At least I think. Yeah, okay. Let's start. Okay, so we're probably gonna have to maybe darken this a little bit. I already know that this feels like it's way undershadowed. It just feels undershadowed. We're just going to have to play around with it, just like last time. I have been meaning to do that for a while, like soften that up because that looked like a weird wrinkle thing. Oh, wow, I've stared at the screen for like 3 hours straight almost. I'm gonna call it after 8, like at 8 o'clock. I think that'll be a good time to kind of call it. You know, I'm making good progress. I don't think I'm gonna be done by Wednesday though. I keep saying that unless I'm able to really make some good progress on the face, because typically it takes me about a whole session to do the background, so it might be Thursday. Gosh darn, dude, I need to. I really need to. I don't know. I just I need to move on with a new drawing. Just need to start another one so bad. Like for real. I so need to start a new drawing. As I said, like it's like a relationship, you know? You're like, this is we're not moving forward, hun. Every day is just the same. That's what it feels like for me right now. Like every day is the same. As I'm drawing, it's like, oh, this is the same stuff each day. When is this bad boy gonna be done? I'd really like to start a new drawing, please. And some artists are able to do this. I was just talking to one, and she was telling me that she bounces around between multiple projects, and I can't do that. I don't know. I've thought about it. Right, there's been some consideration that maybe I can do the bulk of the drawing, the bulk of the like coloring during the morning, and then I can do like some uh, some what do you call it? I don't know. The line drawings in the evening. I've thought about that, how that would work, if it would be at all possible to do that. You know, But I could never do that. It just seems I don't think I could do it. I tried. It's like because it feels like I'm juggling too much artwork. Like some people, I used to do like multiple paintings at a time, but then like when you do that, what happens? People thought like the initial idea was that you would, if you got bored with one drawing, with one of them, you could work on the other one. But really to me, that's just like I'm not really ever necessarily bored with them. Um, so I'm overemphasizing the green, and I don't know if I like it. It feels weird, but we might just leave it there. Why not? Why not? Pretty nice. Let's do another layer, and then let's put the eyebrows in there and see what happens. The eyelashes, not the eyebrows. Put the eyelashes, and we'll see what happens. Put the eyelashes in there. Ah. What's going on? All right. Let's. Whoa. I am sorry I haven't been talking. I'm in my own zone now. Sometimes I can talk, sometimes I can't. I don't have anything to say, but like I'm just kind of like driving forward now. It's like in the home stretch. At least it feels like it. So that's what I'm kind of dealing with at the moment. Just kind of trying to figure out how I want this eyelash to look on the back side here, and just going for it, trying to feel for it. There we go. I think that feels pretty good. I think that might be what I need to do. I'm trying to exaggerate the eyelashes a little bit, but maybe I'm gone too far. Or not far enough. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now I need to. Now I gotta do the bottom eyelashes on the left. This is gonna be challenging. I think. So I saw this went through saw this tutorial how this person did these eyelashes, and it's kind of like little bitty triangles. And done with like a specialized brush, it kind of works. You know, I think it works pretty good. So like little bitty triangles or something like that. I think, I don't know. It's really odd to me to do like those triangle like eyelashes to me. And I'm not really good at them yet, so I'm just trying to. No, that doesn't work. I think the top ones look okay. I think I need to be a little bit more spare on the bottom because I want to get the eyelashes in so it feels so I can start working on the eye some more. So I probably got to I'll do a few of them, but it doesn't need to be, I don't think it needs to be as robust as I've been applying them on there. And plus you can't see them anyways. You really can't. You know? I think that might be it. I don't know. I can always change them. I don't know. I can come back to it. I'm going to work on the eyes. I'm not going to think too much about it. I can't just like, I can't uh, like over like think it. And to be honest with you, I think that because I spent such a these eyes are already pretty good as is. This doesn't really need much on my behalf to kind of make them work. Maybe a little bit highlights in some areas, just little touches, you know. Right, just like, what if I was to take some of this green and put it right here? Right here. See what that looks like from far. Yeah, I think it works okay for it works, or do something like this, or I think I get away with a little bit more color for the woman. I think that this makes it so much better to add a little bit more color. You know, I don't know. Maybe not. And this is where we can get problematic. Like I don't want to add too many lines around her eye. At least with my ability, because I can end up making her look older than she really is by just adding one line that's just positioned like so. So I'm trying not to do that. You know, and you just don't want to do that. The guy you can get away with, like, because a little bit more um, without, like, overly aging the person. So a little bit more, you got to be a little more strategic, you know. Like, I think I might be done with this eye. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think it's when you get to this point, I worked with this eye pretty in depth. I worked on the female's eyes a little bit more than the guy's eyes later on. So I don't have to do as much. But the problem, because I don't have to do as much, I uh, I want to give equal equal. I want to work equally the same amount on each area as I did on for each of the for each person, so that I can cover my cover my yeah, yeah, just little things here and there, cover my bases. So with the female's eyes, I'm adding a little bit more like color to it, just for fun. you know, to kind of make it a little bit more interesting. And I think it's working, you know. Maybe I shouldn't, maybe I should, I don't know. Like this, you just don't know. Oh, it can come off as wrong. Like that's starting to look weird. It's starting to look a little weird. Let's see here. What can we do? Oops. So we need to dial it back again. Take a swab of that color from the original photo. Kind of smooth out those areas, kind of go on top. That way you can kind of always go back and retrieve something that you feel was not working and kind of dial it back again. And it's working. It works. It has its uses. Unfortunately. All right, let's zoom out and take a little look-see. I want to try something. This is something I wanted to try. We can get that green there. Look at that, like green, and then we what's the clouds look like? We can use some like clouds. What's this do? Cloud like, okay. And we'll do the same on this side. And then we'll screen. Glow. Glow. Maybe like a lighten, color dodge, linear burn, linear dodge, overlay. Maybe glow. That was something I always like to play around with. So it's something for me to play around. I'll come back to that a little later. I like to do that to kind of see, just to kind of, I like to do a quick test to see what I might want to do next. Like I've been trying to think about like how can I make these pop. Like how can I make the eyes pop? You know? So that's what I've been thinking about a little bit as of late. Although I do think I kind of muted it too much. I did like the highlight the tones. We'll see. We might not even do any of that. I might just keep playing. I might just play around with the color around the eyes. So this eye is almost done, or about half done. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe I've kind of exhausted it. You know. Mm, maybe. What if I do this? This little, like, what if I do like a, that's kind of cool. What if it was, like a, glow and stranded hair? It has to be like a soft glow. That usually is a little more brighter. Ooh, that's cool. I might do some of that and see what happens a little bit. Little strand effects. Yeah, a little strand effects. This is something to kind of do. Yeah, so that's something to kind of think about. I'm gonna have to ponder that for a little bit. I think there might be some promise with that, like little stranded hair. You can't really tell, so it's like a little bitty touch that if someone were to buy this, or if they bought it, well, it's already been paid for, but if they were to make a print of it at a large scale, they'd see those little touches and like, whoa, that's cool. Anyways, I think that left eye is getting closer to done. It might need another 20 minutes of like playing around with. Um, but I'll think about that soft glow. I think I'm done for the day. I just want to, oops, why do I keep, get out there. Um, yeah, I think I'm done for the day. I'm going to save it and then we'll come back to it later some other time. I just want to say thank you for stopping by and really watching this stuff. I really appreciate you. And don't forget to subscribe. Always, comment, share, do what you can do to really promote our work. You don't have to, but if you do, thank you. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end it for now because it's about 10 minutes short from 3 hours. But I got to get going really soon, and I'm going to do the little outro thing. And that is it. I am done for the day. Thank you very much. Well, I'm not done for the day. I might come back later if I have time, but I don't think I will. All right. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your Monday.